I still remember starting at a blank LaTeX file thinking, where do I even start? No industry contacts, or so I thought. No idea what a non-academic CV should look like, just a gut feeling that it was time to explore something different. A few months later, I came up with a 5+1 step system, practical and strategic, that helped me stop overthinking and land my dream role. In this video, I will walk you through each and every step so you can start applying it today. Hi everybody, if you're new to the channel, I'm Andri. I spent over a decade in physics research, from Imperial College London to Oxford University and CERN. Now I am a data lead at a Fortune 50 and an empowerment coach, helping high achievers make bold, intentional career moves. If you're feeling stuck or scattered in your pivot, this channel is here to help you get clear, take action, and build a life on your terms. Today I will walk you through the exact 5+1 step system I used and now teach to go from overthinking to landing a role I love. Make sure you stick around till the end because the +1 step, that's the one that made all the difference for me. Without it, I would have probably quit halfway through. Let's dive in. All right, the first step is to get clarity and take control. And here there are 3 things I would recommend. First of all, take 10 minutes and write down on a piece of paper what energizes you, what drains you, and what are your non-negotiables. This should be super quick, by the way. Don't take weeks to draft this. Take literally 10-20 minutes. Quickly think, what gives you energy? I'll give you some personal examples just in case they help the thinking process. So what energizes me, in my case, it would be solving complex problems with a multicultural team that have great passion and drive and energy. These will be the 3 things that I love. I love going to work and having these 3 elements. Oh, a big one as well that goes in that list for me, those people with drive and energy and passion, they need to be nice people. That's something that really helps me feel very positively about my work environment, is if the people around me are people who are nice. Nice to each other, nice humans, good hearts. The drain me part, in my case, would be, for example, working on projects with no clear end or with no clear purpose or with no clear impact, just working for the sake of working. That's something that drains my energy. Also, the opposite of the first, it would be working with people who are not nice. That drains every drop of my energy. I don't like working with people that are not nice to each other. I think being nice is like a fundamental thing. Being nice to each other. And on my non-negotiables, it would be location. So I want to be based where I am now. It would be the salary. I want minimum this much per year. And it would be that the place I work at has a great diversity in gender, in culture, in religion, in sexual orientation. Great diversity. There is not just one kind of people. So take a few minutes and draft your own 3 parts. What energizes you, what drains you, what are your non-negotiables. This will definitely help you get a lot of clarity on what's important for you, what you value, you personally. The second thing that helps tremendously with bringing clarity is start talking with people outside our bubble and getting curious, learn from them. Ask to hear about their journey, ask to hear about their day, what are the pros, what are the cons, what do they enjoy, what do they not like about their work, about their job. So collect, inhale information about their own work. And the third part here would be browse. Go online, browse roles, job descriptions, and together with the one I've just said before, you will start noticing what feels exciting versus what doesn't really spark your curiosity and nice feelings. So with these 3 things, the first thing we said about what energizes you, what drains you, what are your non-negotiables. The second, which is about talking with people outside your bubble. And the third one, which is about browsing roles. These 3 things together are those that are gonna bring you much more clarity on which direction feels right for you. Okay, the second step of this 5+1 framework is CV. This is actually something that I can talk for hours. So I'll really try to stay concise. I'll really, for the sake of this video, I'll really try to pack as much information as I can in these next few minutes. But really, this is a whole book chapter on its own. I'm hesitant to even mention this. It goes without saying, you are not sending the same CV twice, right? Each CV you send out there, it's tailored. That's like, I'm sure you do this already, right? So if I would need to, let's say, summarize it, I would also break it in 3 parts. The first part is on the speed and multiple iterations versus doing it slowly to make it perfect. Oh my God, please do the first. Find a few people you trust, get a career coach, find people or friends that used to be in your field and left, and they are now in a similar field to the one you want to go to. And please, just do a working CV, like even if it's imperfect, a draft of a draft, send it to them right away, like literally take a few hours, write your CV, and then send it to them. Tell them, I'm fully aware this is not perfect. I want your guidance super high level. Am I in the right track, or do you see huge red flags? Okay, so a nice photo, a nice image I like showing when we're talking about CV is this one over here. Why? Because a lot of people try to follow the top row. They hide away for weeks or even months, tweaking their CVs, trying to make it perfect before showing it to anybody. But the problem is, it's not going anywhere. It's like building a car one part at a time, but never actually driving it. Instead, what I suggest is more like the bottom row. Get your CV to a skateboard version early, just enough to move. Then share it, get feedback, tweak and iterate. You will improve way faster and your final version will be way better than if you had waited to make it perfect in isolation. Okay, the second part of the CV is around the format. Do it 1 or 2 pages max. Staying concise shows that you're a person that values efficiency. You don't need to enlist all the stuff you've done in your previous career. Instead, show how relevant you are. For each of your previous jobs, find the most relevant topics, find the most relevant work you did around the job you're applying for. And like, I'm talking maximum 3 or 5 examples. And for each of them, show the impact you drove. So if you talk about, let's say, delivering an algorithm, congrats, well done, but it needs to answer the so what. Okay, you delivered an algorithm, so what? So I reduced cost by X%. I improved efficiency by Y%. I made things faster by a factor of 3. So you need to answer the so what. Okay, and now I move to the third part about the CV, and I think this is a really big one that I think literally every CV that came my way, or the vast majority that came my way for me to give feedback from fellow physicists or similar topics, they really don't get this one from the start. And I was in the same boat, so I totally get it. It's about speaking the language of the industry you want to move into. So this isn't your thesis. Nobody outside your field knows what CDF or Atlas or Monte Carlo simulations mean. And frankly, they don't care. What they care about is, did you solve a hard problem? Did you make something faster, cheaper, smarter? So translate. Use real world words. That's how you go from, I hope they get it, to I'm clearly what they're looking for. An example I like giving here is, if the job description asks for a lemon, say you are a lemon. Don't say you are a yellow, spherically shaped citric fruit. Say you're a lemon. That's it. Okay, moving to the third part of this framework. That's around networking. And even here, there are 3 things I could split it to. It would be what you would do before going to events or contacting people, during the event, and after. So before going to an event or before contacting people, you need to have ready your elevator pitch. That's something you use to describe yourself within 30 seconds. That gives them information on who you are, what your strengths are, and what you're after. I'll give you an example that maybe I could use. Something like, I'm a physicist with 10 plus years of experience solving complex problems from Oxford University to CERN. I specialize in turning messy data into clear, actionable insights, and I'm now looking to bring that skill set to industry. I'm especially excited about roles where I can combine analytical thinking with real-world impact, ideally in a collaborative, fast-paced team. So have a think, what are the few things you can share about yourself that say, what have you done, where you are now, what you are after, in a way that it's totally understandable by the people you will talk to. Now, on the during of the networking event or the connects you will have with people. Guys, here many people get it wrong. It's not about collecting business cards. I see many people going to events and they stay with people they know, which is like a red flag on its own. If you go to networking events and you stay with people you know, what do you get out of this networking event? When you go to networking events, you should be mingling. I know maybe that's not the bread and butter for everybody. That's not the thing that energizes everybody. I totally get it. But we can talk about it and find ways on how we can make that work for you. If that's something you're struggling with, drop me a comment on the just below, and maybe I can make a video about that. There are so many solutions around that, so don't worry about it. Now, let's say you are at the networking event, and let's say somehow you don't stay with people that you know, you very correctly go and mingle with people that you don't know. You started talking with people, you gave them your elevator pitch that you worked on before. It's not just about going and introducing yourself, and then you get their LinkedIn contacts and now they're there. It's about what comes next. Because when you have them on your LinkedIn, okay, it's like collecting a business card. It's not enough. That's not gonna shift the needle for you. What you want is to get some information from them, is to learn from them, is to hopefully get that kind of information that can help you move your own needle. So since we're talking about getting a new job or starting a new chapter, it would be about somehow this information that you will get helping you land a job that's close to what you want. So 2 things you can do here is when you meet them and you introduce yourself, don't stay with all about you. Ask to hear about them. Go prepared with questions that you want to ask people. Go prepared with things you want to genuinely learn from others that are in a place that you hope that you want to go to. Similarly, if you're connecting with people that are in a similar or in the same position as you, ask to learn from them. What are they struggling with? Do they share the same challenges as you do? So use this opportunity to get information. And now I'll go to the post after this event or after you've met these people. Please, please, make a list of the people you talk to. Maybe it sounds weird. It's actually going to be very handy because hopefully you will be going to many events. Hopefully you will be going to many networking events, or you will be contacting many people who could help you get the job that you want. It's very easy for that to be fuzzy. Take an Excel spreadsheet, write who did you meet, what did you talk about, when did you meet them, which event, and put a reminder to yourself maybe to contact them and maybe even ask them, if they don't mind, to have a look at your CV and give you their feedback. And this is something that is actually maybe counterintuitive for many people. When you ask people to help you with something, that actually creates something very positive in their brain and they wanna help you. It's called the Ben Franklin effect. In fact, I find it so interesting. I will make another video later in the future on that one alone. And when they do give you their feedback on your CV, follow up with them. Tell them, hey, thanks so much. I applied your feedback. Here it is. I'll keep you posted, and keep them posted. I say all this advice not because I want you going out there thinking, I want to use that person. It's not about that. It's actually the networking. It's about creating genuine connections with people. And I think that's where many people get it wrong. And I think that's why many people don't like networking or they find it draining. It's because maybe these people approach it in a sense of transactional exchange. It shouldn't be like that. It should be us helping each other and us making ourselves a bit visible, us saying, hey, I'm here and I've done this. It's not necessarily you going and saying, I'm looking for a job. Please let me know if there is any job opening. It's about creating connections. You help them as well, keep you top of mind. And you know what? If you would be a good fit for them, they would contact you as well. So that's a win-win situation. Okay, step number 4 of this framework. It's around application. And once more, I have 3 things to share here. It will be around frequency and consistency. It will be around your standards and your criteria matching. Let's start with frequency and consistency. That's something you need to think about in advance. Like, how many times can I realistically be applying per week? There are people who apply once a day. Is that something realistic that you can commit to? There are people who apply 3 times a week. You need to find what your number is and put it in your calendar so that it's there. It's your time that you are focusing on applying. That's number one. Apart from putting it in your calendar, create an Excel spreadsheet or whatever you want to create where you track your applications. Write down the number of application, the URL to the application, the job role, who did you contact maybe, if you know somebody from there. Keep any comments that after 50 or 100 applications, you would not need to remember because it's all there. Now, talking about your standards, many people here wait for the perfect job role to appear for them to apply. What I actually recommend is it's kind of very different. If you are new in the application process of industry jobs, what you want actually is to build momentum and to start learning from mistakes that you will do. So it's not about you waiting for the perfect application opportunity for you to apply. It's about, hey, this thing came up. Yeah, it's not the perfect role. It's not the perfect salary. I don't care. I will apply so that I get all the silly mistakes. Believe me, there will be mistakes. And I hope you know this by now. As a researcher, if you're coming from research or in general, from all your experiences in life, you will do mistakes. I don't know. Congrats if you don't, but it's better to get rid of all those mistakes upfront on jobs you don't really care about to start with versus saving them. And then when the big, great job role comes up, you risk of doing them there. I hope you don't do mistakes. I'm just saying, if you are to do, you might as well get rid of them right from the start on jobs you don't care about. So don't wait for the best job. Apply. And the reason I also talked about frequency and consistency before, it's because putting it as part of your daily routine creates literally momentum, which is what I will talk about at the bonus at the end of this video. We will come back to that later. Okay, now that we talked standards, the last part of the application that I want to mention, it's around criteria matching. Many people, when they see that they only match 5 or 6 out of the 10 criteria, they don't apply. Please apply. It's okay if you don't meet 10 out of 10. For those you don't meet, try to tweak. Try to see, do I really not match at all those remaining 5 or 4 that they're asking for? If you still don't, that's totally fine. Apply anyway. And by the way, if you're looking for jobs that one after the other, they all want those 4 things that you don't have, upskill. Don't let upskilling hold you back. Upskill in that amount that allows you to put it on your CV and that allows you to have conversations around that topic in an honest way. One thing here that for me was important, I didn't want a job that assumes that you know everything. I wanted a job that allows you to learn on the job itself. And I wanted a job that believes in the upskilling of people. So if, for example, those 4 criteria that you don't meet, you try to upskill and you show interest, I hope that the job you are looking for sees you as a great candidate because you are ready to roll the sleeves up and get the needle moving and start learning, and that you're super hungry to get all this new knowledge that is required. Okay, we are on step number 5 of this framework, and it's around interview. And surprise, surprise, I have 3 things I want to share here as well. It's around the intro that you will do, it's around the questions or the task itself, and it's about your outro. Let's start with intro. This is all about your elevator pitch that you've worked on anyway before. You worked on it when we were talking about networking and getting to know people. It's this 30 seconds introduction you can give about yourself that somebody can know who you are, what have you done, what you are after, how you are relevant about that job. Now, the second part of the interview, it's around the questions itself or the task. I will leave the task on the side because that's the more technical part that you will have to prepare. And I will, for today's video, I will only focus on the questions that fall outside the technical part. Those questions that are following the STAR system. By STAR, I mean situation, task, action, result. And this is something. This is basically a framework that allows you to describe how you got around sorting out an issue and what the results were. Let me give you an example. If we're talking situation, it could be during my PhD, we were preparing for a major project milestone, but around 30% of our core data set was missing, putting the entire analysis at risk. That's it, that would be the situation. Now, moving to the task, it would be something like we had just 2 weeks to deliver meaningful, reliable results, despite the incomplete data, to meet a critical deadline and to support our conference submission. That will be the task. Now, moving to the action, it's what did you do personally? You can say, I sourced 2 external data sets that could fill the gaps, and then I validated them using 3 independent cross-check methods to ensure consistency and integrity. I also reconstructed the analysis pipeline to integrate the new data seamlessly to reduce the overall processing time. Moving to the result. We completed the project 3 days ahead of schedule, and our results were accepted and presented at an international conference with over 500 attendees, reinforcing the credibility of our research and our team's problem-solving capabilities. You see, this is the STAR framework. It's about taking the situation, saying what the task was about, what action did you personally take, and what were the results in a measurable outcome. I mentioned this also to highlight that these examples that you can share, they don't need to be only around your career. They could definitely be also extracted from your hobbies, from your past experiences, from your parental experiences, literally from anything in your life. Something that shows characteristics of your personality that will be a great asset for the role. Okay, now moving to the outro part of your interview. Do your homework, research the company, check online, what are their recent projects, what are their values, what's the team culture. Prepare thoughtful questions to ask at the very end and get clear on your own values. What matters most to you? What are you flexible on? What is it important for you that you share upfront? Okay, time for the bonus, which is the most important thing of all. It's about your attitude and about building a winning mindset. You've done the work. You've done your clarity work, CV, networking, applications, you've done your interviews. Now it's time to keep going consistently without letting anything to affect your momentum. And there are 3 steps in this. Step 1, assuming your CV and your motivational letter, your whole system has been approved by people you trust, be prepared of hearing multiple no before you hear a yes. You might even actually never hear back, and that's totally okay. The less time you spend grieving on a no, the more time you have in your disposal to focus on the next application. Rejections aren't failure. They are part of the process. It means you're applying, it means you're moving. Step 2 of the bonus is track what you can control. Have it in your daily agenda. Make it a habit, this application process. Focus on the process, your effort, not just the outcomes, and use a printable tracker and place it where you will see it. It can be the fridge, it can be the desk, your wall, and log weekly. How many applications did you send? Networking chats you've had, how many follow-ups, and see it there. Have it right in front of you. Step 3 will be celebrate and adjust. Remember that progress is showing up. Reward yourself for the milestones you have, not just the job offers you got. And if, for any reason, things feel stuck, revisit your target role level. Are you applying maybe for super junior positions or for very senior positions? Are you niching down to any position? Maybe you can be more broad. Refine how you're telling your story and talk it with your career coach or ask again for feedback from somebody in your ideal industry. Remember, progress isn't linear, but your consistency is super powerful. Keep going. All right, now that you've got the framework, what's the one small step you're gonna take today? Is it update your CV, reach out to somebody new? Let me know in the comments below. And when you're ready for the next part of the journey, check out this video over here. I'm sharing the 5 biggest lessons I've learned during my own career pivot. Things that I wish I had known sooner. I hope to see you there. Bye-bye.